Hello mech warriors. Today I would like to talk about the Orion K. Orions are a dependable workhorse design that can play various combat roles thanks to their mix of ballistic, energy and missile hardpoints and their extra armor. Due to their similarity in terms of hardpoint location and their sturdy design for a heavy mech, pilots often call them a poor man's Atlas. The Orion K in particular, with its balanced variety of hardpoints, 4 energy, 1 ballistic and 2 missile hardpoints, can play several combat roles apart from a smaller version of an Atlas. The Orion K comes with some quite strong offensive quirks that help to make this mech a multi-purpose war machine. A minus 10% ballistic cooldown, a plus 10% ballistic velocity, a minus 10% energy cooldown, and a minus 10% energy hit, and a lot of extra armor across the whole mech. Orions are 75-ton mechs that can load very heavy weaponry and are protected with assault-like armor. At the same time, they have problems with splashing the incoming damage due to lack of good sealed arms. Thus, they tend to lose their side torsos before getting destroyed. Especially the left side torso has a very big profile that most pilots focus fire when they see an Orion. This reflex reaction to the huge left side torso, instead of a drawback, can be turned into an asset for this mech, with proper builds of course. With all this in mind, this time I will show you 3 builds that utilize this mech's strong points. The Teslagun, 2 snub-nose PPC, 1 LBX-20 with 3 tons of ammo, 2 ER small lasers, 2 rocket lancers 10, 14 double heatsinks in total with 4 external, a standard engine of 300. We also used light ferro and endosteel. With this build, we exploit the strong 10% energy hit quirk with the snub-nose PPCs, along with the 10% ballistic velocity quirk for the LBX-20. We also place low-value weapons in our huge left side torso. Once we use the rocket lancers, we don't care that much if we lose the left side torso of our mech. Also, the ER smalls are of minor importance as well. With this build, this mech can be devastating in close-range fights, but you have to protect your right side at all costs. The ER-Teslagun. We use 2 ER PPC, 1 AC-10 with 2.5 tons of ammo, 2 rocket 10s, 2 medium lasers, a targeting computer MK2, 15 double heatsinks with 5 external. We use the light engine 300 and endosteel. With this one, we follow the same logic as the Teslagun build. We utilize the 10% hit quirk with the hot ER PPCs and the ballistic velocity with the AC-10. We place low-value weaponry, the rockets and the medium lasers to our disposable left side. This time though, we have extreme long-range capability instead of close-range brawling. A very easy conversion for this build is to replace the ER PPCs for regular PPC, for much better hit management, at the cost in range and velocity and the minimum range risk as well. And for the bonus build, Zapnblam, 2 ER large lasers, 1 Ultra AC-10 with 2 tons of ammo, 2 rocket 10s, 2 ER medium lasers, a targeting computer MK1, 15 double heatsinks in total with 5 external, a light fusion engine 325. We also used light ferro and endosteel. Since we had extra tonnage to spare, in this one we buffed a bit our left arm armor, since the ER medium lasers are more important in this build, to couple the ER large lasers. This build carries lighter weaponry so we can get a bigger engine for more speed and heatsink slots. This is a balance fighter. We have the two ER larges for extreme range harassment, and at around 400 meters we have the ER medium lasers and the Ultra AC-10 for burst damage at medium and short range as well. Again, like the previous two builds, we place the lowest value weapons on our left side, the ER mediums and the one-shot rockets. As for the skill tree, for the Teslagun in firepower, max hit generation, max velocity and LBX spread are the most important nodes. In survival, we went for armor. We skip mobility. In operations, heat containment and cool run are very important. In sensors, full seismic and 60% radar deprivation, and the extra consumable slot. For the ER-Teslagun, we remove the LBX spread nodes for two quick ignition nodes. And for the Zapnblam, we remove the two quick ignition nodes in order to place two enhanced UAC nodes. In the Teslagun match, we are in green plexus. At the first phase of the match, we try to be in cover and don't trade from distance, since our build is extremely short range. When we find the opportunity, we warn our teammates that an enemy Warhawk is close, so we charge all together. The ER smalls, as I mentioned in the mech lab, are of minor importance for this build, but when we have heat to spare, they are quite useful for damage amplification. Now, a direwolf's back is a great target for our one-shot rockets. Since we are getting shot in the back from long range, we try to cover our back with our huge disposable left side torso. Again, our almost useless left side torso is getting the most of the attention from the enemy. When hot, shoot only the LBX-20 in order to dissipate heat. This kid fox was shielding his healthy leg with his dead leg, so this took more time than expected.
Target destroyed.
Thank you, guys. That was well played.
Let's go for the ER-Teslagun.
Target acquired.
With the ER-Teslagun build, we are in Polar Highlands, which favors hot long-range builds. At first, we shoot only the ER PPCs that have superior max range and velocity. While we slowly march to around 600 to 500 meters in order to use our AC-10 as well. Again, our huge left side torso is getting the attention. Hopefully, we have placed only rockets and 2 medium lasers to our left side. Now, we are at the AC-10 range as well. It's time for 30 pinpoint damage shots. The plus 10% ballistic velocity quirk, along with our targeting computer and the skill tree, really helps the AC-10 to keep up with the ER PPC velocity very well.
New target acquired.
This time, our huge left side torso gets completely destroyed, but it doesn't matter, we still have our main weapons intact. This build though, unlike the first build I showed, instead of a standard engine, uses a light engine. So when you lose your side torso, you get some penalty in hit management. So you have to be more cautious with your PPC shots.
target acquired. Hit level critical. Destroyed.
Let's go for the bonus Zapnblam build. In the Zapnblam build, we are in Frozen City. This build is very versatile and can adapt in almost any map and combat situation. At the start of the match, we use the superior range of the ER large lasers in order to suppress the enemy. With this build, we have more speed to work with, so we cautiously make our move towards the enemy flank. Having arm-mounted lasers really helps against those annoying light mechs.
Missile.
Now it's time to put our Ultra AC-10 in use as well. With this combination of weapons, combined with our energy hit quirk, we can have an impactful presence in all phases of a match with this mech. And these were my thoughts on the Orion K.